right, let's call the meeting to order.
Agnes Varnarski, Chairperson.
Present.
Dana Syvertson, Commissioner.
Here.
Pete Hahn, Commissioner.
Here.
John Comish, Commissioner.
Here.
Seth Marcus, Commissioner.
Here.
I'm Jill Moskell, Commissioner. We may be seeing Ed Madden, Commissioner, but we do have a quorum.
Thank you. Let's have approval of the minutes of the board meeting of July 11th, 2024.
I make the motion that we approve those beautifully crafted minutes by Jill Moskell.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes approved. Old business, volunteer days.
At this point, we are, excuse me, well over 2,550 hours. They haven't all been logged in. I'm behind on logging in hours, so Ed has just appeared.
Great.
Work days have been
Heavily-
incredibly heavily
Yes.
over-attended. 21, 30,
28. I mean, we're always over 20 now. We're never under 20 volunteers,
it's
which
really.
is unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Is that a record, do you think, for hours? This
Yeah, it'll end up the year that way, for sure. A lot of new recruits from the Arlington Heights Parade. The ComEd people are bringing their kids out. It's amazing, so
Yeah. It's a lot
we're on
of,
a roll,
yes.
okay?
Yep. Any questions, comments about volunteer work days? No. Okay, Prospect Heights Public Library Park District events. Nature Speaks.
Nature Speaks, we have October 23rd. Why not Scotland? It's the U.S. premiere of the film. It will be open for viewing and sort of a big party at the library. They are going to make popcorn for the presentation. And it's been okayed and opened up to be on Zoom as well. So if you can't attend the meeting, you can actually Zoom in and watch the film as well. It's a 1-hour film. There will be no question and answers afterwards. And then in January, on January 28th, we actually have the star of the film, Flo, who is going to be our Nature Speaks speaker, and she's going to talk in depth about her experiences while making that film.
Will she be in person or via Zoom?
No, it'll be Zoom.
Okay.
And right now she's up for doing it at 7 o'clock our time, which is like sometime early wee hours of the morning in Scotland, so we'll see. The fall bird walks, we have our last fall bird walk on the 21st, which is like a week from today? Or next, yeah. And then the spring dates have been set as May 10th and May 24th. That's it. Any questions?
No.
Okay.
Okay, projects, update, status, and monitoring reports.
I did not have time to do my ComEd visit. The ComEd Prairie is, we were just there this morning. We spent the whole morning with 22 people from ComEd doing service hours, and they did seed collection. They collected 12 pounds of seed. They had a really good time. They learned the history of that project. We went from there back to headquarters, had a lunch that they provided, and then went off on a tour of the slough. The ComEd Prairie is currently sort of overrun with tall Canada goldenrod, and we are really going to have to address that. We have some ideas for going into next year, how to manage it. We've talked to 1 million people about it. We still have the ongoing 5-year project, which will be in, what, year 2?
Yeah, it's in year 2, the Golden Study.
The goldenrod study, but we're going to take matters into our own hands next year and essentially just cut it before it goes to seed while it's still green. That seems to be the best thing. And I also learned today that the ComEd Prairie is not on the schedule to be burned this year, which is really unfortunate. I did talk to Dave Bart, who was there also, and he said that in lieu of burning, they could mow, but he would recommend mowing before the tall goldenrod goes to seed. Now, that would mean we'd lose a lot of other asters, we'd lose a lot of bianogorum, all the silphiums, so I don't think that's a great idea. I don't know what Agnes thinks about it. I don't know if
Was there a plan in the near future for a burn?
The way it was explained to me today is that Stantec and Agnes talked to Dave quite extensively about having the NRC burn it. And he went through a litany of problems with that, and the insurance and all the rest of that stuff. We're hounding them regularly to try to get on the schedule to burn. That's all I can tell you. It's,
The
they
problem
said
is that they have
2 years out or something.
500 acres of native sites that need to be burned as well, and some of those are remnant, like high-quality areas, so those are always the priority over us.
Right, and so we'll keep working that as hard as we can. The new person that's taken over for Sarah Race is Leslie Vidic, and she is really nice. We spent the morning with her. And Dave Bart from Stantec said, if you guys have any more of these super great interns, tell them we're hiring. So they're so impressed with Eric. He's actually running the largest ComEd project they have right now. So Eric is really going straight up to the top. So
When he talked about mowing, would that be in the spring then? Or would
Right
it,
no, it'd be right now.
it would be now because the tall goldenrod is already
Flowering right
It's
now.
flowering, but it's not going to seed.
It would be within the next 2 or 3 weeks.
nice, okay.
Now, we could schedule work days out
Say,
there.
if we have 30 volunteers, can we make a big line and start snapping these things off?
This is true.
We could sky
could.
them, we could brush, hedge trim. It would be probably in our best interest to try to do something,
Yes,
just pick a side, east or west, and
the very next workday after, not this Sunday, but the very next one after that. And don't bag it, just stack it off to the side. Let the park district know, just have a,
well, Erico said they just leave it where it is, where it falls.
Well, is there a bunch of seed on it now?
It's all flowered at this
it's
point.
flowering right now. It's not seed,
seeds
it'll,
yet.
No
it'll be
seed.
another at least month before it goes to seed, so we have
Okay.
time. We could just do a major work day
major,
out there and take all the tools and everything we have and just go after it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. Does everybody agree with that?
Mhm.
I would hate to lose all those plants and have everything mowed
And
down.
then they would mow after that then?
Yes,
Good.
In the winter, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Late
could have
fall.
all, yeah,
right,
Late fall.
yeah.
yeah. Okay, great. Now we have a plan. Wonderful. That's a great idea. Thanks, guys. Okay, I did not do my slough thing either, but the slough is excellent except for that tall goldenrod. Maybe another work day over there as well. Any other-
Yeah, I think you said you clearly defined this year's work at the slough with taking out almost everything on the hillside, right?
Yeah, right. We've been working on that goldenrod throughout the summer at the slough.
So pretty much, we want to leave no tall goldenrod? Is that the, I mean,
It
like if
is
it's on our
so-
property or something,
Get rid of
just
it.
get rid of all.
Yes, it is so aggressive and
I know
it's
aggressive,
it's clonal, and over the years, it's just been slowly getting worse and
Yeah.
worse and worse.
yeah. Okay, well, just for other people who have it on, their home or something.
I've watched it in my own front yard, and
Yeah.
it's,
Okay.
okay. Shall we move on to the seed greenhouse program update? We have collected a lot of seeds. There's 2 big tables with about 150 trays of seeds, and so seed collection Wednesdays are nicely attended. We have one tomorrow, and moving along. We're starting to get to that point where the seed is very abundant. Like the next week or two, the next 3 or 4 weeks. Any questions about seeds, greenhouse? No? Okay, summer internship program. I don't know. It's
It was,
over. It was
it was-
wonderful. It
It's
was-
over, it was really great. The girls are back at school, and they're just really solid. They
We missed
knew
them.
about 200 species, and
Over 200.
they did a lot of work, a lot of work.
We did a lot of work.
Okay.
That's all I have about that. Education updates. Wheeling High School is actually coming tomorrow, and I had no idea that they have 3 environmental science classes now. They used to have 1, and then with increased, the kids wanted more, so there's, now it's 2, and now there's 3. So they're coming tomorrow. 3 groups are coming tomorrow. From 8 to 9:40, 10 to 11:40, and 1:40 to 3.
Do they know how to snap goldenrod?
Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a great idea, John. Yeah, okay.
Just give them clippers. and let 'em
Yes,
go for it.
clippers.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, all right.
You're just full of ideas today, John.
Been sitting around for 2 weeks.
I mean, what, 5 goldenrods each? Then we're talking about probably 100 kids. Yeah.
Line them up and give them
You
the
know,
clippers.
there would be an educational component.
Of course, of
Right.
course, but yes, yes.
And here's how the clippers work.
Right.
No, but 10 minutes out of the hour 20 that we're going around the slough is, you know, it's perfect. It's 20 minutes even. Oh,
Well, you know, you get your hands going. That's, you know, for a class like that, I think it's
Mm-hmm.
important.
Yeah,
Hands-on experience.
absolutely. Excellent idea. Okay, wonderful. MacArthur Middle School, so far, I have not heard anything from Stephanie Ritter about any kind of, you know, seed collection or classes or anything like that. I'm sure she'll reach out soon. They usually want to do that in October. District 214 micro internships. We have not had anybody that has
I
signed
don't
up
think
for
we
the,
have any fall
Fall.
interns this year.
right. No, we don't have any fall intern, but maybe in the springtime. There was interest in the summer, but it was a little too much in the summer. And then, if you want to mention the award.
Yeah, they called us, or they sent Agnes and I an email and asked us to both come to this district meeting, which they presented us with the award that was in the journal. And it was actually the debut of the video that they made with Ava, which turned out really, really nicely.
Very nice.
So that was a nice shout out for those guys, and look forward to continuing with them.
It's always a pleasure to have the students.
Mhm.
Okay, Prospect Heights Park District Summer Camp.
It went well.
Yes.
It was a lot of fun.
Well, You should mention that some of the children who've been, they're now getting older, they remember
Oh, yeah,
From
yeah,
what
absolutely.
they
A lot of
learned.
carryover.
Yes.
And have, yes, and have
Yes.
more questions and
Yes,
so
we did this
forth.
last year, or some
Right.
of them were like, oh, I saw you here, or you were in this class, or we did this, or we collected seed, or I get that all the time. And I'm starting to recognize everybody's faces. I feel like I know all the kids in Prospect Heights now.
That's great.
It is great.
That's really great exposure for the young children. That's,
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. It's a lot of fun. They have a lot of fun. And thank you, everybody, for participating, because I know it's a lot of work, but thanks to everybody. Looking forward to next year. Okay, then let's move on to continuous reporting. ComEd Green Regions.
Okay, so we received our 5th ComEd grant, yay. Thank you, ComEd. I met with Mark Roscoe and Peter and Joe Wade about 2 weeks ago, and we discussed that we would like to at least get the cement work done this year still, because that's going to be the most disruptive to the site and do the most disturbance. So Mark agreed that we could attempt to do that, and so he's reached out to the engineering company. That he said it would take about a month before they could actually get to drawing up the plans, and then about 2 weeks after that, they would be completed. So we're looking at later on in the fall, and it would still be enough time to actually do the work. So the only other thing that we might do this year is plant the new trees. So that's something that we'll have to consider a little bit later in October.
the cement is for a walkway through there?
The cement is for the for the pad where the pavilion will go, that the city is going to add in 2 years.
So that's not part of our grant expense then, the
It
pavilion?
is.
No, the pavilion is not.
Not the pavilion, just the cement.
Just the concrete pad.
Concrete pad.
Right, and then
Yes.
there's 2 ADA compliant sidewalks that go left and right
Okay.
that join the police and fire department. So that much we'd like to get done this year. That's a bit, it's like $11,000, I think, something in that neighborhood. And then if we could get the trees in this fall, that would, I think, be warranted as well. There's a couple of trees that need to be moved or cut down, and then the memorials reassigned to the new trees that go in. So it's still a moving target and a little bit in flux, but it depends on how the engineering firm reconciles the plans, so more later. And that's about it.
Wonderful.
Okay. Eagle Scout projects.
Nothing to report.
Nothing. Adopted trail update.
Nothing to report.
I got
Oh,
one.
wait,
I got
John
one.
does.
So, Chris Wood has decided to adopt the Heron Pond Trail. So, and has already got out there and done a bunch of great work on it. It's nice and mowed and trimmed, and some fallen branches and stuff have been removed. And it's really great. So, thanks to him.
Yay, Chris.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
That's all I got on that.
All right. The NRC budget.
Okay, I distributed the budget that I received from Peter earlier this morning. I don't know if you all had a chance to look at it or not, but if you look at the top part of the first page, it shows what our income was from the city, from the Park District, and then from a couple volunteer or donors, and that totaled almost $22,000. Below that, we have our supply expenses. On top of that, there are some pending invoices for soil and for some stairs that we built and installed over at the slough. So those are still pending, and so it says $2,400. That's going to be higher than that. Then below that, we have our intern expenses. They, take up a lion's share of our overall budget. But it leaves us with $6,600 to play with until the end of the fiscal year in April. Aside from that, the Hillcrest Lake Shoreline Restoration budget was allotted, it's $6,000 every year for 6 years. So we took the 6, we spent every dime of that this year, and a lot of that went into soil. We needed a ton of fill soil for this section we did this year. There was a lot of erosion there, undercutting from the bank there, and it took a lot of soil, a lot of manpower to put that in. So this net revenue number that says we have 1780 left, that's not quite accurate. We're over budget on that. So we're trying to maybe move things around in the budget to cover some of the soil expense that we had to.
I think it was. That's why this is here.
Right, those actually, the entry of the soil
Is on
to Des Plaines
Right.
Materials, there's one invoice for soil that's, no, there isn't. They've got all three. Okay, so those two actually belong in the capital budget shoreline restoration, which makes it overdrawn.
But that's okay, because we can use our regular budget.
We could,
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
put it in regular budget for
Right.
now.
for now, right. Okay. But, you can see that was another $1,000.
Right.
So, okay, and then, then the last part is the funds for the first responder park that Dana just discussed. We got the ComEd Regions grant for $10K, city donation of $3 to match that, NRC carryover funds, that's money from donations last year that are carried over to this year. And then there was a private donor of $4,000, which bumps it all up to $20,000 for that project. Nothing has been spent on that yet.
No.
2 years to execute the grant.
Excuse me?
2 years to execute the grant.
2 years.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Next is city civic meetings and PHNRC representation.
Okay. Regarding the improvements to raise the elevation of Willow Road and Owen Court to prevent flooding and closure, the project has been delayed beyond a 2025 completion date as additional and future engineering and geotechnical analysis is required due to stability issues with the extremely poor soil under Willow Road. However, to prevent losing Rebuild Illinois funding, Owen Court and the compensatory storage components have been separated from the Willow-Owen Flood Control Improvement Project and will proceed with an anticipated completion date by July 1st, 2025. Prospect Heights Park District Tully Park, Christine Ferrero reported that the Park District plans to install a parking area on the additional parcel of land recently acquired, along with access to the original park area for mowers. Plans must be approved by the MWRD. The Park District is sensitive to neighbors' concerns of the grading impact of the parcel of land, particularly concerning stormwater. Planning Zoning Board of Appeals, the Chicken Ordinance, Dan Peterson, has met with residents who have concerns about chickens and residents who wish to establish a chicken owners group. The August 28th PZBA meeting was canceled. Therefore, further information on the chicken ordinance is expected at the September 25th PZBA meeting. Did I give accurate account of the Willow Road project, Peter?
Well, we have confirmation that Cook County is delayed yet. So that's the reason why we asked for the opportunity or the ability to separate was because we anticipate that Cook County Cook County's not happy with the engineering. It's that simple. That's the delay for Willow Road. We don't want that delay to also hamper the other two projects which will provide benefits to our residents, compensatory storage, and not Owen Court, or in Owen Street or whatever it is. So that's the reason why we asked the council for that. But we haven't gotten confirmation from Cook County yet. We're assuming the answer is it's going to be delayed, so we're just moving forward with Owen.
Right.
But we haven't gotten that answer yet.
Well, they were just out there today making repairs on that road, filling it, tarring it, cutting it, all kinds of stuff. So spending some time and money on the current road, which I would think means they might delay that.
Jill, did they say how many parking spots?
They did not. I could ask.
I can give you an update on that. We just met with Park District and the residents at Tully Park this afternoon, if you guys want that right now.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, so we met with Christina and Mark Rossi from the Park District, and then several residents. And the Park District announced at this point in time they are not going to do anything with the property at 214. They're going to leave it as is. There's some consulting that they have to do with MWRD, but the plans to put a 25-foot wide hole that links the two properties together has been completely scrapped, and at best it's going to be a pass-through for wide enough for a lawnmower. And in lieu of a parking lot, they may do a small gravel area where they can unload the mower. At this point in time, that's all they're going to do. So they're not moving forward with anything. And the Park District Christina did interview all the residents that were there to sort of recapitulate their concerns with the park and all the rest of that, and privacy, and so
Stormwater.
they did a good job of fact-finding again, so.
Okay. All right, MacArthur Middle School tree planting initiative. Peter?
Yeah, we finally have a tentative planting date of October 24th. 12 trees will be planted by the students, staff, parents, volunteers, and anyone interested. The trees are going to be donated by Open Lands, and we have met with all parties involved at the school. We marked out 12 locations for the trees. So this is a cooperative adventure or project with MacArthur Middle School, their staff, Open Lands Tree Keepers, and I'm representing the PHNRC. Hopefully, I'll have more information at the October meeting as far as exact time me planting the trees.
Okay, wonderful.
That's great, Peter, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Peter.
Are Open Lands and Tree Keepers two separate?
Open Lands is like the big organization, and Tree Keepers is kind of like a side group, but they're under the umbrella of Open Lands.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Let's move on to new initiatives. The drone herbicide of cattails at the slough, second application.
We just got a quote back from Davey again. Agnes was working on a plan with the interns to create a cut-down 10-foot barrier. Part of the reasoning that there wasn't more cattails killed last year is they were being very cautious of overspraying into our restoration. And so they erred on the side of caution because they didn't want to kill anything that was important. And it resulted in leaving like a 10-foot band of cattails running the full distance. And so to combat that, Agnes, in preparation for the next round of drones, was cutting a 10-foot swath so that the drone could safely apply and not kill anything that was of importance to us. Subsequently, we got their quotation, and it's $4,000. So it's double what it was last year. A little bit more cattails than last year. It's just not going to happen because we don't have that kind of money, and we paid for it last time, but we're not going to do that again this year.
Could you accept donations?
I don't think it's worth it, Jill. I mean, it's.
Really?
$4,000 is a lot of money.
Well, how much area would they cover?
That would do all the cattails.
All the cattails that are presently
It's-
there?
The only place where they would balk out a little bit would be in the area where the trees, where it gets real close to the trees. So that would be the only area that would be manageable by us, but
Couldn't we set up a payment plan with them?
I never addressed that issue with them. I have still yet to get back to him, but I want to see if we can beat him up on the price, because that just seems really outrageous.
It's really a lot.
Yeah, I haggle a little bit on that one.
Yeah, it's, I mean, it's effective, really effective, and it would be great to be over and done with it, but,
I think we should wait. I mean, there's maybe opportunities and, for
We'll
next year.
haggle and see if maybe they'll have the price, you don't know.
yeah.
Maybe,
And ask
yeah.
for a payment plan. Never
Okay.
hurts to
I will,
ask.
I'll follow up with them.
Yeah, I mean, we can also think,
Mhm.
we can also think about it for, next year, or maybe consider putting it on, like, as a budget item for our regular budget from the city.
What are the, when is the best time to apply that?
Right now,
Yeah.
Because of the temperatures?
September would be the latest.
The latest,
Mm.
so I think it's too close to the time that it's.
The general rule of thumb is when you attack cattails, you want to do that in the summer, because it's when it stresses out the cattails the most.
Right now, it's almost seeding, so it'll sort of already use up its energy.
You can't walk through there, spray it?
You can, right now when it's super dry.
Right.
Yeah, like right now is perfect,
Yeah.
but we just don't have the time, we don't have interns, we don't have the resources, we don't have the hours in the day.
Herbicide.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's doable, it's just not right now. We can try to.
Well, let me see what
Summer.
they say. I'm going to go back and talk to them
Yeah, I
again.
think- I
I've yet
think-
to do that, so.
This summer, also, our interns spent a lot of time going after the reed canary grass, and it was a little bit of an almost unnecessary because of the, they got all the reed canary last year, and we should have been fine, just a couple of resprouts, but because of the location of the big seed source that we realized one of the neighbors is like growing reed canary, and then it's all coming downstream, that's why it all reappeared. So I think hopefully next year that we'll be able to have some time to address the cattails with the interns, because we took care of that, we collected all those seeds. So I'm hopeful that next year we can really do it. I just think that amount of money is just way too much. $1,000 is a lot.
Let's see what they say.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Arlington Heights Garden Club Slough Tour and Winter Presentation.
We did the Slough tour. It was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
They learned a lot. They were really appreciative.
When was that?
That was last month sometime.
Okay.
And there's no date set for the winter presentation. We have no idea what it's supposed to be about. They just simply announced it to their members, so that's a mystery to us. So that's all I got.
Okay. All right, let's move on. Oh, something's missing from new business about well, let's go. The seed collection Wednesdays, August 21st to October 23rd. It started, we're collecting seeds, and I think we should probably go past that. October 23rd, Dana.
Yeah, we go into like November. but
Mhm.
Volunteer Appreciation Day is on the 10th, so,
No, it says the 24th here.
yeah, that's too late.
That's what I thought.
That's by Thanksgiving, right there, so.
So it's the
10th is-
10th instead?
Yeah, 10th
Okay,
is
so
the
the
earliest
10th.
birthday.
Okay. Poplar Creek Prairie Stewards Collection Seed Days, I have not reached out to Poplar Creek, but October is a nice time to go over there, and they will allow us to collect as many seeds as we'd like, which is really wonderful, really great, and they always give us seeds too, and it's a great partnership, so I don't think we went last year.
No, we didn't.
So I think, I'll try to set that up as soon as possible, but mid-October, and I'll let everybody know, or ask, what days work and everything. The good thing is that their volunteer work days are the alternate days that we have volunteer work days, so the Sundays that we don't have a work day, they have a work day. Okay, Illinois Prairie Week.
We're not doing that this year.
No, but what I thought of is that Sunday, the 15th, well, wait a minute, that's coming, oh, gosh, the time's just flying.
Yeah, it's next week.
It's this coming Sunday. But
Sunday.
what I thought is that we could probably tell our volunteers and have some of our material out and just have a themed work day.
Sure, we can
but,
do that.
Yeah,
You
of
know,
course.
No problem.
maybe go, where are we working on Sunday?
Pollinator Park.
Okay.
We're going to be planting and going after Canada goldenrod and going after some of the Phragmites, that little stand. There's a lot of different activities. That's a wonderful idea. Okay, what about the wild things?
Hang our signs out for our PHNRC banners and things out.
Yeah, definitely.
For the workday.
Oh, right, banners for the workday. Okay. Pop-up art sale, September 21st.
The annual event. There's a bird walk that morning, so the fun just teeters over. I think we should insert one new item here, and that's the Wild Things has asked us to give a presentation on our 4th of July parade activities. So John and Mara and Kate and Kathy O'Shea have all agreed to be part of that. So we submitted the proposal. It sounds like a slam dunk. They also asked us if we would be willing to give another presentation as well, which we're just too busy to do it. So maybe in the following 2 years, we could do that one.
They also asked us to bring the Caterpillar.
Yeah, Caterpillar or Ants or any of the agreements.
We'll have a little organizational meeting on that and decide,
Because we'll need volunteers to man the Caterpillar.
What date are we talking about, February?
we'll talk about.
I think it's in
Presentation.
March?
It's in,
March this year?
I believe
March
the first
1st.
week of March, yeah.
Oh.
First.
Okay.
Okay. So looking forward to the pop-up art sale. Any other comments about that?
Yeah, we should, if you guys could go and attend, it's really cool. It's always great. The Park District has a little booth there usually, and there's a lot of people up and down the slough everywhere, so it's a good chance to meet people from the public and tell them about the NRC. So we should put our banners out for that event as well.
Yes.
Make sure I do that.
It starts at 10 a.m.
Right.
Oh, it does, at 10 a.m.?
Yes.
It's like 10 to 4:30 or something.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
That's about it.
all righty. Do we have any announcements to the public? Seth? No?
No.
Okay, no visitors? All righty. Then,
I make the motion, we adjourn?
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you very much.